Jim, pleasure to meet you.
Good to meet you too.
It's also that I'm trying to avoid to giggle somehow because like seeing you, I always see something funny in it. So when I was telling friends about this movie Home, and I tell them like it's about this alien who has issues getting along on planet Earth, and you are the voice of the character in it. People, I understand that they were like, what are you talking about? Is that the Big Bang Theory now as a movie? Because that really sounds familiar to your role in this one. So where is the difference between your character that you talk to in Home and the TV series?
What do I think the difference is? Well, the major difference, I think, is that this little guy wants to be around people, and this guy wants to make friends, you know. He's got a real optimistic and curious and embracing look at life, and it seems to me Shelton's a little more closed off and not looking to necessarily... He's a little less enthusiastic about the world around him, I think, than O is. And O's just sweeter. He's just a sweeter person.
Well, altogether, what I have to say is like this movie is like absolutely silly. But what really works is because you guys make it so adorable.
Oh, thank you.
Because like, you know, there's some things like, oh, first of all, they're trying to get rid of the toilets, but then you're brushing your teeth in the toilet. So I was like, they're not really perfectly doing that, and so I have to ignore that. So when offered that one, weren't you kind of afraid that this would be kind of a typecast thing? Because this is nerd material. I was like looking so forward just to see this one after I saw like the teaser with the planets and all that. But for you as an actor, haven't you felt like being typecasted?
Well, no, and I really liked, what drew me so much to was I think there's such a sweetness to it, you know. I really liked how these two characters really look at each other and judge each other as something that throughout the movie then they start realizing they were wrong about each other and that they probably shouldn't have made those, you know, presuppositions about each other, and that they find out they have so much in common. And I also really liked it because it was a new character, and it was an original character that we hadn't seen before and we've never heard of him before. And so no, I loved getting to play him.
Yeah, as I said, you do it very, very
Thank you.
well. I don't want to give it too much of the storyline of the movie, but is it that in the movie, is it there that we see the most powerful chip on Earth, like computer chip?
Yes.
Is it more powerful than anything you witnessed before? Because you're kind of an expert even when it comes to that, I heard.
Oh, no, you'd be surprised how ignorant I am about this, but from what they say, it is the most powerful chip, yes.
And you also consider now BFFs with Rihanna. To be honest, I was wondering the whole time, why are there so many Rihanna songs in that movie? Until in the end, I finally learned, oh, it's Rihanna was talking the whole time, and she did a great job too.
Wonderful.
But I mean, now you're doing interviews together, like in the US, as I saw. But is it that you've been also like in the same sound booth, or is it just really that you haven't seen anyone?
We did. No, we worked together a couple of different times, and she was wonderful. First off, she does such a good job of voicing the little girl, you know, and but she's tremendously warm in real life, and just fun. I didn't know what to expect when I met her, and I just liked her tremendously. She's very easy to talk with, and I wish she was here now because she's really good at doing interviews, and talking with her in interviews is very fun.
So does it mean that in the future we will have more of you come in for that matter? Do we even have time for that?
For what?
For doing like voiceovers. I mean, these are also video games, but like something like this.
I would love to do more animated movies. It was one of the more fun things I've done since I've been working. It's an extremely creative process, and unlike anything I'd done before, the way it moves and changes the whole time it's being made. It turns into something that you never dreamed of in the beginning, and just very different and just very rewarding.
And by now, because I recall in the beginning, you said like everybody else associates you to see like the perfect nerd, but you said like actually you had no idea about it at all. But now with all the experience that you have in your character before, is it that you, when you look at this kind of movie, that you really can tell like, oh yeah, they did a good job on the CGI. I think they did a great performance there. This.
No, I only know if I think it's pretty. You know what I mean? I only know if like I think it's funny or I think it looks good. And no, there's still a real mystery to me about a lot of things, which I'm grateful for in some ways. You know, it's fun to kind of watch things as a child sometimes and try not to know too much.
Right. Then thank you for your time, and let me say that you are amongst the most gentle and nicest guy that I know in front of a camera.
Oh, thank you very much.
Interview-wise, definitely.
Thank you.
Das Universum ist ein ziemlich großer Ort. Das Witzige ist, jeder von uns, der hier lebt, bewohnt seine eigene kleine Welt. Nehmen wir nur mal den Fall von Tip, einem ganz normalen Mädchen mit einer Mom, die sie sehr liebt, und einer Katze namens Schwein. Nicht im Traum hätte sie gedacht, dass es Millionen Lichtjahre entfernt einen kleinen Kerl namens O gibt.
Hallo!
Ein rangniederes Mitglied einer Nomadenspezies namens die Boofs.
Ein kleiner Applaus für Daddy!
Auf der Suche nach einem sicheren Zuhause.
An welcher Pflanze wachsen diese köstlichen Früchte?
Man sollte meinen, die beiden würden sich nie begegnen. Aber eines lässt sich über das Universum sicher sagen. Es ist unvorhersehbar.
Wenn du mich nicht ins Raus lässt, schieße ich Laserstrahlen aus meinen Augen.
Sowas kannst du?
Ja?
Von DreamWorks Animation.
Was hast du mit meinem Auto gemacht?
Es jetzt kann viel besser schweben. Ich nun bereit bin, für eine traditionelle Geste von menschenhafter Dankbarkeit anzunehmen.
Es ist Tradition, sich auf die Nase zu boxen. Halt still.
Genug von Dankbarkeit.
Von den Machern von Die Croods.
Dein Auto ist verkeimseucht.
Das ist mein Haustier.
Nanu, es vibriert. Wird es gleich explodieren?
Und Drachenzähmen leicht gemacht.
Wie du heißt?
Meine Freunde nennen mich Tip.
Ich bin O.
Oh?
Ich wurde diesen Namen gegeben von meinen vielen, vielen Freunden. Morgen! Oh. Hi, Leute! Oh. Hallo!
Sie sind uneinholbar.
Warum suchen die dich?
Ich habe ein paar Fehler gemacht. Ups!
Verhaftet den Boof!
Sie sind unberechenbar.
Was passiert mit meinem Körper?
Das nennt man Tanzen.
Oh nein! Was machen meine Hände? Nimmt das denn gar kein Ende?
Und ihre Reise um die Welt.
Jetzt ich fahren. Schlüssel bitte.
Du bist ein miserabler Fahrer.
Wird unvergesslich.
Sieh nur, da ist unser Auto.
Willst du mich absichtlich wahnsinnig machen?
DreamWorks Home